What's up guys, my name is Travis and today we're going to be talking about how to clean the Obsidian series suppressors. The tools that you're going to need is a rag, AP brush, a brass pick. This piece is optional. It is a totem multi-tool, but it definitely makes the takedown a little bit easier. Got just some white lithium grease here, some CLP, and an ultrasonic cleaner. To get started, take out the totem multi-tool. We're going to remove the end cap. Take the baffle stacks out. We're going to pop apart the module from the core. Remove the spring retainer to remove the booster system from the suppressor. Alright, that is how to disassemble the Obsidian, and the same goes for the Obsidian 45. This is the Obsidian 9. Now you're going to pop apart your baffles. Sometimes they can get a little stuck together, and that's okay. What you can do is take a flathead screwdriver and just slide them through the top, pop them apart like you're using a crowbar. So we'll set those aside. I'll show you again. Slide it through the top, and they come right apart, just like so. If you have some extra buildup that you're not able to get off, or the ultrasonic cleaner isn't able to remove, what you can do is take your pick and just scrape at it and rub on it until it comes apart. And you can also use a little bit of CLP or bore clean or anything like that. Just kind of drip it where it needs to go, and then take the pick and scrape at it, and then you can wipe it off. Now that we've got all these baffles apart, what you're going to do is fill your ultrasonic cleaner with 50% warm water and 50% purple power. Or if it's a little more caked on there, carbon's really stuck, you can do 100% purple power. It's not going to hurt anything. You'll take your baffles and you'll put them in your ultrasonic cleaner. While the ultrasonic cleaner is cleaning, we can scrub down the body of the suppressor. So what you can do, drip a little bit of your cleaning solution onto your AP brush and just simply scrub it out. Once it's all scrubbed out, take your rag and just rub everything out. Or you can even rinse it with water and Dawn dish detergent. Same thing goes for the opposite side. Cleaning solution, scrub it out real good. And any kind of significant buildup, you can take a pick and just chip at it. And then once you're finished, take your rag and just rub it on out. All right. That's the core. And the same thing goes for the module. Cleaning oils, scrub brush, and wipe it and dry it when finished, just like Charmin Ultra. You can also put your piston in the ultrasonic cleaner since this part is steel. The body of the suppressor, meaning the core and the module, cannot go in an ultrasonic cleaner because they are made from aluminum and it will damage the structure. That also goes for the spring retainer. This piece is made from aluminum as well and should not be put in the ultrasonic cleaner. This will need to be cleaned by hand. Very easy. What you'll do is you're going to probably get buildup over time around this area on the inside of the spring retainer. So what you can do is take your pick and just go around, gently chip at any kind of buildup that you see. And then once you're finished, you can take that brush, just brush it out like so. This will also apply a little bit of oil, and then take your rag and wipe it off. All right, so your spring. This piece can get pretty dirty. Again, this is made from stainless steel, so you can put it in your ultrasonic cleaner. You can also chip away at any significant buildup. Let's see if we have any here. There's some. So you can just kind of chip at it with your pick, get all that off, and once that's done, take your brush off any of the excess, and then you can dry it with your rag. If you did throw it in the ultrasonic cleaner, all you have to do is take it out, rinse it off, dry it. Any extra buildup that might be there, you can follow those previous steps. All right, we've got the end cap here. There's not really any significant buildup there, but if there is, again, you know what to do with the pick. You can just take your brush it off, get it nice and clean. This piece is made from aluminum. It cannot go in your ultrasonic cleaner. It has to be cleaned by hand. Once you're finished cleaning it by hand, take that rag, wipe it off. Make sure that there's no buildup in the threads. As you can see here, there's a little piece of copper right there, so we can get that out. There we go, just brushed that out, wipe it off. Now that the ultrasonic cleaner has cleaned the baffles, go ahead and get these out of here. They have already been rinsed off with water as well. There you have it. If you have any kind of buildup or anything on there afterwards, feel free to put it back in. You can run it for longer. Just make sure that you empty out the dirty solvent that you're using and replace it with some fresh, so that way it will continue to clean, because you don't want the liquid to get super saturated with carbon and then not do its thing. Again, any kind of buildups that are on the baffle, you can chip off and use a brush as well. So what you're going to want to do when you're reassembling is go to your user manual. There's going to be an illustration there of the baffle stack sequence. Just copy that and you'll be good to go. I'm going to throw these together. When I put them together, if you don't have a mallet or something like that you can gently tap them together, you can just smack the table a little bit and they'll push together. If they're tight, sometimes they won't, and then you will need a harder object like a mallet, something like that you can tap them together with. So we've got the module baffle stack and the core baffle stack. So we will take core baffle stack, drop that in place. You can apply a little bit of oil to these module threads here and that O-ring to keep it lubricated. Thread down the module. This is going to be hand tight, don't over crank it, just give it a nice snug twist. All right, we're gonna drop these baffles into the module. And if you guys wanna learn how to line up the baffles, go ahead and check out the link in the description. So I'm gonna drop those in there. Yeah, that video has an in-depth view. I'm gonna take the end cap, I'll thread that on like so. All right, now you can do finger tight and that's totally fine. Or if you have the Totem multi-tool, what you can do is use the end cap tool and get it extra snug on there. Once again, don't power down on it. There's no need for that, just a nice hand tight. Now we are going to reinstall the piston and spring, like so. Apply some white lithium grease. So what we'll do is just put a little bit on there like so. Not a lot, we're not trying to overdo it. And if you don't have a syringe like this and you're using another form of white lithium grease, that's totally okay. Some of them just come in a jar. You can use a little paintbrush, spread it on there. Some of them come in an aerosol can. Just give it a couple of spritz. We're not trying to overcomplicate it. One thing that you can do is just smear it around in a circle with your finger, like so. That's all you need, nothing crazy. You're not trying to drench this whole thing in white lithium grease. There's no need for that. However, this little section is where it is important. You're gonna reinstall that spring retainer, smear it around even further. And what that's doing is there's an O-ring. I'll point at it with this pick here. There is an O-ring right here on the inside of the retainer. And that keeps the gases when you're shooting from coming back at you around that piston. So when you lubricate it, it just gives it a little extra seal, and it allows the suppressor to smoothly go back and forth when you're shooting on a handgun. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna reinstall this booster system back into the suppressor. I'm gonna add just a little bit of oil onto those threads, and if you have the Totem multi-tool, you can utilize the spring retainer tool and thread it down like so. Now, don't over tighten this. It's just gonna be a little bit of hand tight. If you over tighten it, it's gonna be difficult to remove. And that is how you clean the obsidians. Don't forget to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel.